Alright, so now you've installed your white gauges and you want some LEDs. The LED installation's pretty straightforward. The only, well, it's not really a tricky part, it's more annoying than anything, is basically, if you look at LEDs, let me find a socket. In the socket they go in, LEDs, you know, could go in either way in the socket. The problem is it only works one way, it's polarized. So if you put it in the socket and two leads touch one way, you put it in your car, it doesn't work, you basically have to pull it out and put it the other way. There's no way to tell, each car is wired different, well not each car, but each make's wired differently, positive, negatives, different spots, so we can't tell you what's going to work, what's not. Best bet is just, you have to try it. So basically what you want to do is look at the back of your cluster, and you can see a lot of bulbs here. Most of them aren't for the illumination. Like all the ones on the outside are most likely warning lights. Like these two are probably signals, left and right, that's a high beam. And there's a bunch of warning lights up on the left. You can't see them through here, but they're there. More warning lights, you can just kind of tell by the layout, there's three right there, warning lights. And a lot of times what you can actually do is if you're unsure, just pull the bulb out. And you can usually hold it up to the light and look in, and you can see that that one's a warning light. It's actually a turn signal. So I just happen to know by looking at this, like if you pull one of these guys out, this is one of the illumination bulbs, look in. Each car's a little bit different, but you can usually just see like everything inside the cluster with some like white print on the back. That's an illumination bulb. In this case, there happens to be 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, we cheat. Since I don't have a Jeep, I get to hook power up to it through just one of the bulbs at the end. Let's see, turn some lights off. See that it's on. So pretty much, you won't have the luxury of doing this. You pretty much just have to go one at a time. So you just pull a bulb out that you know is illumination. And you just pull the old ones out of their sockets and put the new one in. Now in this case, this cluster uses the 74 style bulbs, but the same thing applies for the 74s as the 194s. Basically, they are polarized, so what you would do is you would put this in, and you put it in your vehicle. Now I put it in, and we don't have any blue. Sad. Sorry, so what you would have to do is just pull it back out. If your wiring's long enough in your dash, you actually just pull it out, reach your hand behind it, pull it out, flip it 180, and put it back in. Now we got blue. And that's pretty much just the process. It's like the instructions on the shampoo say, rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. So pull the old bulb out. Now be warned, if you're constantly turning these bulbs on, they get hot. Hot, hot, hot. Okay, so I got lucky on this one. First time in, I got it right. And in reality, it's a 50-50 chance. The hardest part is usually just figuring out which one's the illumination. It just comes down to, you know, they usually lay it out pretty smart. Bulbs are spaced pretty evenly, so if you see like a group of 3 bulbs in one spot, odds are they're warning lights. Okay, see this one? I didn't see blue light back here, so it was backwards, yeah. So flip it around. And we're getting there. I'm not going to do the last one because I don't want to hook the power. Now there are exceptions to this little rule here. I got lucky on this one. So now we've got a bunch of blue LEDs. I don't want to shut the other light off, but I mean I can hold it up and you can kind of see it's all blue. Pretty. The bulbs, like, I'll turn this light back on. Like these guys. The 194 high powers. They are not polarized. They will work either direction. And then I've also got these, which are the 74 style, non-polarized, the high powers. So if I were to put these guys in, let's shut this light back off. These little things are so neat. They just work, no matter what way you put them in. Work like a chain. I actually think these ones are polarized. The 74s are polarized, the 194s aren't, I believe. Or I'm guessing really good. I just don't think they had enough room on this little chip for the circuitry to make it non-polarized. I don't know, we'll see. If this one goes in right, they'll probably... Well, this one turned on, so I don't know. I know the 194s are for sure non-polarized, so they'll go in either way. And you see these ones actually are a lot brighter. And it goes the same for the 194 style. 6 points are actually even brighter than that. Now the other alternative, if your car uses these kinds of bulbs, BA9 style with the metal base and the little pins, then you don't have to worry about this. This isn't an issue because there's pretty much, this whole thing is the ground and that's the power lead. So, I mean, there's no way you can do it wrong. It just plugs into the socket and it's usually grounded by like the cluster chassis. So there you have it. I mean, at this point you could replace your other bulbs with LEDs. It's really up to you, but that's the fun of installing LEDs.